Listen, this group is mixed. You know, some ladies and young men that have come up here to Atlanta from Florida, and this trip that they've been taking on and this journey has been really great, and I'm so excited for them. So I want this young lady to introduce herself to our broadcast. Please tell them who we are.
Hi, my name is Marilus Antonio.
Okay.
I'm 17 years old and I'm Hispanic, fully Guatemalan 100%.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice to meet you. Say your name one more time so I don't miss it.
Marilus.
Marilus, right? All right, listen, Marilus. So the very first question I want to ask you is, how did you end up getting with Mrs. Kelly, Mr. Wiley, and actually being a part of this program and this trip?
Okay, so the trip is kind of like a friend group of ours. It's like a group of composed of us being friends and being part of Miss Kelly's class. How I ended up with Miss Kelly was so I was homeschooled for my junior year. I didn't want to go to school like physically, so then I went online school, and I kind of slacked off because I don't know, I was not having it.
Right,
So
right.
I slacked off, and then when I was gonna enroll again back to physical school, my counselor was like, "You can't come back because you're missing like two to three credits. So you have to go to an alternative school." And I'm like, okay. So I had to choose. He sent me like a list of schools, so I had to choose a school, and I went to Rivera Beach and I applied and I got into the school. And I had Miss Kelly for second period. I still have her for second period.
Right.
She was very welcoming, very welcoming. I really liked the environment. When I first got into the school, I heard so many bad things
Really?
for the school. Yeah, and I kind of like was not gonna give it an opportunity or a chance for it to change my life. But like, I think things happen for a reason,
Yeah.
because I feel like it was very much necessary for me to go there to meet like my amazing friends and meet Miss Kelly.
Yeah.
It has been such an amazing experience, and I like the connections that Miss Kelly has, and she has to put me on to many things. I'm just so thankful, and I think like everything happens for a reason.
It does. I mean, you're here right now. And so whatever it is that you went through when you were, homeschooling, you didn't want to come back and you were kind of off track. And honestly, I'll tell you a story. So my son was actually in high school and COVID hit. And he was actually in the 11th grade when COVID hit. And so, when they shut down school and everything, and he just didn't do well. Like he went through the kind of sort of the same thing because he just couldn't stay focused because he didn't have that structure to kind of make him just, do the work and do the class. And so he slacked off too. So I can understand kind of sort of what that may be like, because I actually have my own son go through that when COVID happened. He really took a hit on his GPA because of that. So you never know. You know what I mean? Some people may need to just be in class. I don't know. But you went through all that and you made it and you met Miss Kelly and boom,
Yeah.
you're here now. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff worked out the way it's supposed to work out, and everything is positive. I want to talk to you about being Hispanic and being from Guatemala, right? What is it like? Have you been here since birth?
No, I actually came here to the U.S. with my mom when I was 5, and it was kind of like difficult. My mom, well, like my family background, my mom, my dad passed when I was like maybe like 1 year old. He actually died when he was here because he migrated from our home country, and then he came here for like a better future for us. But then he like passed, and then my mom she was doing really well actually.
Yeah.
Like I'm really surrounded by people who do good in life, like Miss Kelly.
Right.
I feel like Miss Kelly is like my second mom because I can see my mom in her.
Yeah.
My mom, when she stayed single, she was widowed. She was doing so many side quests. She had like a little store, and she was doing really well. She was also going to school for nursing.
Ah.
And she was going to be a doctor, but she didn't finish that because she had to make a sacrifice for us to come in to the U.S. for like a better future.
Yeah.
So that is that.
That story is very important based on the way things are going in this country.
Yeah.
And you guys are the future, right?
Yeah.
You guys are the future of this country. And I know the way things are operating at the highest levels, you're paying attention to that. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are going to be the decision makers when we leave. You know what I mean? And so hopefully we give it to people like you who have these kind of stories who can steer it in the right path, Marilus. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So let's get back into an upbeat note. This trip to Atlanta, I want you to talk about it and tell me what's been the best part about it so far for you.
I feel like Atlanta is so amazing. We were talking with some of my friends that we thought it was gonna be small. This town is
You
huge.
thought Atlanta was gonna be small? Who told you that?
It's huge.
I don't know who told you that.
Because I haven't like really. So I've been like up north
Right.
and road trips as well, but really not into Atlanta. Like we would just like we would go by, we would ignore Atlanta. But yeah, Atlanta is like really amazing. We were talking about the food. They have a lot of good food stores here. We don't have that back home.
Yeah. So this is the foodie city. This is a foodie city.
Yeah,
there's a lot of places to eat here, right? So, did you like the trip to Spelman, and how did that go for you?
Spelman, okay, so Spelman is, I was telling Miss Kelly, I'm considering going to Spelman.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get into architecture.
Right.
And I'm actually doing a program with Excel. That's, they're helping me doing like a course. And I started that with one of my friends, Jeff.
Right.
So I want to do architectural. Well, first, how it started was, so my mom has a landscape and tree service company.
Okay.
So she's an entrepreneur.
Yes.
She's doing like really well with her company. So she was like, I want you to continue the legacy. So at first I was like, I kind of want to go to the army or do something for the military. But then I'm like, I don't know. I kind of would do like nursing. But then I'm like, that's really not me, or that's really not what I want to do. So then my mom's like, why don't you do something for landscape? And I'm like, because I like gardening with my mom, because since she has like her company and she does like so many other things. So then like, I'm like, okay, let me research something that is kind of like into that.
Yeah.
Right? So then I
landed on architecture.
Yeah, I came up with like architectural landscape, and I'm like, why do just something if I could do something, because landscape architecture is like a side of main architectural.
Right, of course.
So I'm like, why do something little who's gonna pay you a little bit if I could do like the main thing, you know? So
you got a solid plan then. That all lines up with what you've actually been through in life, what you've seen, the entrepreneur side of what your mom does, and the whole story. And it kind of makes a lot of sense when you add it all up together like that. Your whole story and with migrating and everything, it makes sense that you would come to that conclusion. So I wish you much success in that. All right,
thank you very much.
Success, definitely. So before we get ready to go, all right, you told me about your favorite part about Atlanta and everything. You told me about your plans. You're going to be an architect. All right, anything else that you think you want to tell people about yourself personally before we get ready to go?
Something about myself. I think I'm very determined, but also like a bad thing about that is I get easily distracted. I get really easily distracted. So I try to surround myself with people who's gonna uplift me. And I think that's important for like us teenagers to. Something my mom always tells me is look for people who's gonna uplift you, or and try to do things that right now maybe like if it's not fun to you, maybe it's gonna be fun for you in the future, like in decision making. So do what you think in the future. Like when you do something, think about your future.
Exactly. That's what I was explaining to you guys early. All right. And so some of these moves that you make now, they have the ripple effect, and you'll feel them 10 years.
Yeah.
You won't even know what you did then. It's causing something to happen 10 years from now. All right. So, all right, Marilus, listen, it was really great to meet you. I wish you much success on your journeys. You know, you've had a very difficult path, here, getting here. And you guys, like I said, you guys are the future. All right. So you gotta steer this place back. It's off course right now.
Yeah.
I need for you to steer it back and y'all, make the right decisions, and you guys be leaders. All right.
Yes.
Absolutely. K100 Radio. This is Marilus. Listen, very nice young lady. For sure, right? And I'm looking forward to this future architecture and all these plans. I'm gonna make sure. Do you want to tell anybody about social media if they want to connect with you on social media or anything like that?
Instagram is XX_Marilus.
All right. All right. Let's try and stay in touch with some of these bright minds. All right. They are the future. K100 Radio. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
K100 Radio.